It's Saturday morning in Clinton, Oklahoma, pretty close to the Texas line, so I'm going to be definitely crossing over today unless the floods prevent me. After last night's torrential rains on Weather Channel this morning, they're listing some flood warnings. Looks like from the map we're like on the borders of it, but still, after that mud road yesterday, I'm not taking anything for granted. Good news is that downpour washed all the mud off my car, even the stuff up in the wheel wells. So, hey, here's to downpours. So we'll be getting everything packed up in the car and continuing west into Texas, and I'm not even going to open my mouth and make a prediction because I have no idea what the roads are going to be like. But it should be an interesting morning. There's some sights in Texas. Flood or no flood, I'll wade across the mud to see the Cadillac Ranch and video it. Finally, that's like bucket list in the bucket list. So y'all have a good Saturday. I'll talk to you tonight, and no idea what the day's gonna bring, but that's half the fun of it, isn't it? So a nice surprise this morning. It is, with all that rain yesterday and the weather, it is really cool. It's like pleasantly cool. Like, do not need air conditioning cool this morning loading up the car. So it's still a little overcast, which means the sun won't bake the car. So let's see what goes on. I saw that as I was driving down the road. Now that is advertising. Anyway, curiosity. I've got some road maps showing me where 66 and 40 are the same road, but the app going to the next thing I'm looking at is showing me bypassing 40 and going on Old 66. So like I said, it's going to be an adventure. So the app seems to be winning out on this. I've seen old historic 66 Oklahoma signs, and where this road is forking, I'm at the Y on Oklahoma 66. It appears that this section of Oklahoma has got the original cement, original concrete 66 running alongside the highway, which is fine by me. Greetings from Elk City, Oklahoma, at the historical Parker drilling rig number 114. So this huge, and I mean ungodly huge, drilling rig used to drill holes for underground nuclear testing. And when that stopped, it was converted into oil drilling, from what I was reading. Just down the road, a little ways from the oil rig, saw a big sign, the National Route 66 Museum. And this just looks like they have done it up so much I had to stop. The Route 66 Museum in Elk City, Oklahoma. This is a museum piece, but I think they're making a comeback. Little sleepers.
Yeah, they started making those again, and that was 1937.
Yeah, the lady just told me this is a 1937 model. And the back pops up, and you got a little cook area. This place has several museums built into one. Transportation, 66, Western. So there is definitely going to be a lot to see here. Here's that car thing coming out again in me. 1926 Ford Model A. Beautiful condition. Here's an old Studebaker. Sitting right next to '73 Vet. '28 Ford truck, courtesy of the Jode family, for those who have read.
If you haven't stopped here yet, you haven't been in the Southwest.
There we go. That is an old Texaco pump we haven't seen before. From what they were telling me, they've got some more buildings here that have been moved to this museum location. And this is right next to a koi pond. And they have definitely got some big old koi in there. Also on this location is the Farm and Ranch Museum. And there's also a blacksmith shop that I have to look at. This is a 1948 Plymouth Coupe. Back in the days when they actually had really cool hood ornaments. A special deluxe. That is parked right in front of a 25 Model T Touring Coupe. And a 24 Model T pickup. Things for horses and maintaining horses. Horseshoes, bits. And a very interesting collection of saddles. Old farm tractor. Interesting that they've got a little thing for a grease gun right on it. This is from the 1950s. Interesting, all these exposed belts and drives. Pretty dangerous to be around, I'd say. This is gonna be I am definitely from the city, because I'm looking at some of these things and I have no idea what some of these did. My interesting section, an old still. How you used to make shine. Telephones. Of course, when you have the old telephone, somebody had to operate the switchboard. Outside of the blacksmith shop is a Christmas tree made of horseshoes. Okay, coming into the blacksmithing museum, there are tons of old equipment here, which I can make some guesses at what some of it's done, what some of it did. Other ones I'm just totally in the dark about, except for the fact that they were for working with metal. So there is a rather extensive collection of anvils, hammers, hand tools, some old bellows. Looks like they've got some tap and dies up there. And back over here, more hammers, some forges. Have another little one-room jail here in Oklahoma. This is the super no frills jail. They don't even have a, you know, I'm not sure if that was something for heat or what, but this is definitely not as nice as the ones that we've seen earlier on 66. Pretty much as basic as you can get. We are crossing into Texas. So far in Texas, Route 66 has been original concrete ribbon alongside highway that replaced it. Some sections have been repaired and a little bit of blacktop here and there, but so far concrete next to the original. Welcome to Shamrock, Texas, the first town I've come to on 66 since crossing the state line. Right down the road from those first couple of murals we saw, the app calls this the States of 66 mural. Illinois, Missouri, Kansas, Oklahoma, then of course Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, and California. Pretty impressive piece of work, and I love the old Chevy tow truck sitting up atop. And just down the block from that, we have the Conoco Tower and the You Drop In Cafe. And we have got 66 road closed. So let's figure a workaround around that. And you gotta love this old tow truck, old Chevy tow truck. Don't know what year. Worth mentioning at the You Drop In Cafe here is that there are Tesla recharge stations in the parking lot. Okay. The Drop In Shamrock, Texas is the epitome of what I have been looking for. Classic old style diner, but when you look at the menu, it's not cheeseburgers and meatloaf. It's actually some fairly healthy food, and it tastes good and it's wonderfully made. Can't say enough about it. And then, almost as a counterpoint to the paninis and the California clubs, we've got old-fashioned pie, old-fashioned milkshakes, old-fashioned ice cream cones, and old-fashioned brownies. Gotta love it. So everybody's telling me I'm going to have to backtrack, get on 40, then get off at the next exit and get back on 66. So at least at this juncture, there are people who can tell me what to do. And there is the Devil's Rope Museum on Route 66. Let's go see what's in this one. And that is a definite welcome sign.
Pretty neat, huh?
Oh yeah.
Very cool, thank you.
various types of barbed wire. They were saying there's like 2,000 patents, over 2,000 patents for barbed wire. Pretty remarkable. Here's another barbed wire collection. Please do not sit. I'm sure there are people that are seeing this that will say, the heck with that, I want to try it. Down the road a little bit, in Texas, we've all heard of the Cadillac Ranch. I have found the Bug Ranch. And if you're thinking, yep, that's what it is, Volkswagens. Okay, so here at the Route 66 Bug Ranch, let's take a slow walk down this line of Volkswagens. Little bit of an unexpected sight in Texas, but there is just miles and miles of windmills, wind generation. And that continues on into the other direction. Yes, I'm actively zooming this as I'm panning so you can see it. Have arrived at the Amarillo, Texas Visitor Center. Let's go get the first passport stamp in Texas. The Amarillo, Texas Visitor Center, official sign. Beautiful work here on the floor and on the counter here, the Amarillo. And the floor continues right up to the front of the desk. Really beautiful work. Of course, I missed this going in because I was fixated on finding a bathroom, but they've got some three really creative art pieces out here when you first enter. Okay, down the road from the Amarillo Visitor Center on 6th Street, they have the Historic District. Beautiful place, lots of things to see. And along this stretch is the Texas Antiques and Ivy, the second place in Amarillo to get your passport stamped. Right across the street from the Texas Antiques and Ivy is the Handlebar and Grill, and something going on, some event. The owner here was telling me they do a lot of fundraisers and charity work, and Lord knows with that many people, this event looks like it's going well. We have made it to the Cadillac Ranch. Let's take a walk out there and see what they really look like up close. Up close and personal, yeah, they are. There is water around them, but that's why the good Lord gave us zoom. Let's zoom in on some of these. So Even if people can't get to spray paint the cars, they are spray painting the dirt. And we have another giant in Amarillo. This is the Second Amendment Cowboy. And at the base is the Second Amendment and a quote from George Washington. And 6 shooters on either side. Amarillo, Texas. It's been a really good day today. Weather has been better than I could have hoped for. You know, they've been talking about it's been so hot down here. Got out of the hotel this morning. It was cool. I mean, cool. Nice breeze. Sun stayed behind clouds most of the day, so it doesn't bake the car. It's just been a beautiful day to drive. Once again, you know, markings on 66 have been sporadic. You know, the usual, thank God, you know, on the app, it's driving along and suddenly something pops up, you know, that the app says it right along 66. But, you know, markings for Route 66 have been somewhat sporadic. The attractions are like on the feeder roads alongside 40, which I believe are the old 66. Because if I was on 40, I would not be able to stop and look at some of these things. Some really cool things I was just not expecting to find. I got to see the Cadillac Ranch, which is like a sub bucket list item within the main bucket list. Also found the Beetle Ranch, the VW Beetle Ranch. Talking to the gentleman that was there, he says it's been here for over 20 years. Somebody built it and then abandoned it. He bought it about a year ago and wants to, you know, bring it back as an attraction. So strange and unusual creative things along Route 66. I'm gonna do the usual evening routine. I will see y'all in the morning. Have a good night.